How do I get free of having been tangled up in a cult?
Yeah, it can be tough. You have to use your own wisdom for that. You know, that's a tough one because you can get trapped into all kinds of eddies and streams going off in weird little directions. You get off the main flow of cultivating the way. That's what the Shurangama Sutra is all about. And you can really get turned. And people do. You see it all the time. You see somebody who has some Shinton can do some, you know, this and that, can heal people or something. And they do it for name and fame because they've gotten turned by it. And they say, actually, it's very dangerous when you start getting some real results from your cultivation because you have to really stay focused on the way and keep the straight and narrow. So that's why we recite the Shurangama mantra every morning. It's one of the reasons. So we stay on the straight and narrow. We can easily get eddied out and go down the wrong. It's basically a blind alley. You eventually end up bumping up against a wall. You just think it isn't going to lead you anywhere but trouble. So it'll finally dawn on you that you've made the wrong choice. And what you do is you dust yourself off, you turn around, go back to the mainstream and cultivation again properly. But yes, it's tough. It's, you know, and of course it always helps if there's a good knowing advisor around to help you. Shifu used to teach that way. He let people go down the wrong way, quite a ways. It's like, it reminded me of the whalers in the old days when whalers used to stick the harpoon into the whale, and then they let the whale run. They just lead out all the rope, just spin it all out. They'd have a big bucket full of rope, and they just let the whale dive deep, 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 deep. And then they'd pull on that rope to bring it back. That reminds me of how Shifu used to teach sometimes. He'd let somebody go really the wrong way, quite a ways. And at the right moment, when they're really ready to fall hard, he would pull them back up and make them see what they've done. So because that's the only way they're going to learn. You can tell them don't do that. It's not going to make any sense until you experience that kind of thing. And in our case, I've always noticed that in our monasteries and stuff, the biggest problem that cultivators have, not just left home people, but everybody who's cultivation, is the biggest problem is not getting involved with women or men or getting sex and all that other stuff. The biggest problem is power. People want to be number one, or fame. Those two things really turn people. And they want to be Laoban, number one. They want to be the boss. And Shifu, when he sees somebody going down that road, he'll build them up. Yeah, he's the new boss. Everybody follow that person. And then it goes right to that person's head, and he'll go really deep, or she, not just men, women too. He'll just let them run with it. And then until they finally get so crazy that they're doing this nutty things like you see happen everywhere in the world now. Then at the right moment, he'll pull them around and make them face what they've been doing. And if their roots are good enough, they can take it. Sometimes they can't take it and they run away. It's just too much for them to face what they've done. But other people can really change. They can really see that's an example of going down the wrong road. And that's my experience with the master, is always watching him do that kind of cultivation with people. That's the biggest problem we have in our, I imagine everywhere, but certainly in our group of people. They always end up wanting to be Laoban. And the ones that really have especially A-type personalities, they always want to be Laoban. So Shifu would say, okay, he just build them up, and everybody would, oh no, you have to do what this person says. Oh, Shifu, please. No, you have to follow this person. So, it's really terrible. And we go on until that person finally learns this is not the way to behave, and this is really stupid, and it's also bad for your cultivation, obviously, and not to mention everybody else's. And so they If they can withstand that teaching, it's not an easy, because he's tough with that one. He's really tough with it. And not too many people can pull it. Some people can stay and really learn from it and transform and change, and they learn. And then you start having some real results. You can really start cultivating the way.
到了，多了我也不会说。我告诉我的徒弟，话要少少的，人要好好的，房子要少少的，罪孽要了了的。那么各位啊，旁的不争不贪不求不自私不自利，不打妄语，什么时候都是快乐的。你要不信试试看。
我啊，讲的少啊，讲的不少了，讲的很多了。你只要知道，能诸恶不作，众善奉行，这一点，这就是成佛的基础。你再知道不争不贪不求，不自私不自利，不打妄语，这都是根本的道理。所以这根本道理你记得了，你尽量啊，往好了做。摘善而从，不善而改，诸恶莫作，众善奉行，是道在进，非道在退。你这个这么样的去做，一点一点就本照这个勤修戒定慧，熄灭贪嗔痴。总而言之，你要没有那么大贪心呢，就很快乐的；你有贪心就很苦的。很痛苦的，贪不来你就痛苦了。你要不贪这知足常乐，能忍自安。那个刘宾彦说这是消极主义，我不相信的，可是他不相信，我相信。